So I welcome that decision of allowing revocation of a passport to be considered valid for the purpose of getting OCI card. फकत एक rider आसा थिंगा. Can munta provided person certifies that they have not obtained a Portuguese passport fraudulently. हेजे माचे म्हाका दुबाव आसता कित्याक कितें meaning तेजे म्हूण सामकें clear ना. Because anything which is obtained by fraud is null and void. So एम कित्याक गायल तें लोकांक त्रास करपाक कित्याक हांव नेणा म्हजें नांव जो सांगूं जायना. But it is otherwise welcome. But I feel that this was not done as a favor. This was probably done with an intention to get out of the contempt of court. कित्याक contempt जावपाचो कित्याक High Courtan statement केल्लो सांगपा की we will allow revocation and ती notification पयली काडली आनी High Courtan सांगनासतना तें notification withdraw केल्ली and that was withdrawn even before the hearing and before the judgment came to be passed, and that was not shown to the High Court. So this was a fraud, and that was before election, if you remember. So you can't play with the court, and there would be many explanations to be offered to the court. How that new second one came to be issued, why was it not told to the lawyer, why there was a communication gap, did the lawyer inform the ministry or from whom the lawyer took the instructions to make the statement, and whether the lawyer was informed of the second one and whether he did not place it on record, or whether they just ignored it or they thought they can just do it. There would be many questions which would come up, and I think that was the wiser thing that they thought, that not to get into this contempt issue, and therefore they have given this. But another issue which has come up is of a matter which is a legal one, which I will not give the names of the parties who have approached me, but I will tell you the facts. The person in the month of March 2015 got an Indian passport. He was minor of age. And in September 2015, his father or mother, one of the parents or both the parents, registered this child also as in birth in Portugal. Child was born in Goa, so the birth is registered in Portugal in September 2015. So that minor passport is generally 5 years. So after 5 years, the passport he renewed, again being a minor in 2020. After he being renewed, so please remember, the child's birth was registered in Portugal in 2015. The passport renewal takes place in 2020. 2023, the child gets a Portuguese passport. The child is going to become a major on 24th January 2024. So before that, on 6th of January 2024, Burgani application kele sampa, I want OCI card. Because the child is now accepting, I have a chance now at 18 to decide which citizenship I will be. So I'm applying now. I'm applying for OCI card, means he is acknowledging that he is a foreign citizen. 11th, the interview date is given. He goes for the interview, and now in the month of May, he gets a show cause notice asking taken against him for these kind of things. Firstly, because the registration of birth was done by his parents, of which he had no knowledge, and there's no question of a minor giving consent. Secondly, the renewal was done also of the passport, Indian passport, was when he was a minor. So these two reasons, and he went to apply for the OCI card again when he was a minor, which he would have got when he becomes major. So I have also, in the second part of it, I have said one thing, that there is ambiguity in the stand of the Government of India in relation to OCI card issuance. In Goa and in India, the moment you register your birth in Portugal, they acknowledge that as you have acquired foreign citizenship, and that is correct law, I don't say no. So once a birth is registered in Portugal, that person becomes Portuguese citizen. But in foreign missions abroad, in Portugal, in London, in the High Commission in London, they are asking the person to produce a renunciation certificate, renunciation of citizenship. Article 9 of the Constitution says that whoever voluntarily becomes a citizen of India, a citizen of a foreign country, ceases to be a citizen of India. Ceases means automatically you cease to be. There is no more requirement of coming to surrender. So, how can you ask a renunciation certificate abroad and not demand for it here? I have pointed out the discrepancies, this ambiguous manner in which Government of India is functioning by showing 2 cases in Portugal where those people having registered their births went to obtain OCI passports, OCI cards, and they were told you have not got your renunciation certificates. I put those names and the case numbers also, application numbers, so that they can track it and they can find out. They are asking renunciation certificate. So, I have also quoted the case of Kaitu Fernandes, ex-MLA, where he had registered his birth and he had Portuguese passport. And yet the Government of India said, no, he is an Indian citizen. Then I have also quoted the case of Mehul Choksi, who had already obtained foreign citizenship, and Government of India said, no, he has not done a renunciation. So he is still an Indian citizen. I have also quoted the case of Advocate Iris Rodrigues, where he registered his birth and obtained Portuguese passport, and he didn't do renunciation, but they said he's become citizen of, to bring him, extradite him, or perhaps he's supporting your political party, or because politically you need him. You can't do that. Law is the same for everyone. And therefore, under Article 9 of the Constitution, a person who has voluntarily acquired citizenship of foreign country ceases to be Indian national. Now, only one thing is, it is necessary sometimes, because unlike a case where somebody says, I have registered my birth and I become foreign citizen, so now give me OCI card. There is no question to be determined. It's automatically, he is himself telling you I become. But what happens in the case, this goes to the root of the matter, and this is an issue which is going to come up. And I will tell you why this is an issue coming up. Because those who registered their births, many of them who registered their births, some out of fear have cancelled their births in registration in Portugal. But I repeat this statement. Cancellation of the birth in Portugal does not give you automatic revival of Indian citizenship. Because you could have cancelled that registration and could have come back. You'll have to stay legally in India for the number of years required. Then you have to apply. And the Government of India may just say yes or may just say no. There are no reasons required to be given. But just it may accept or reject. And if it accepts, then you become citizen of India. Otherwise, you're out.
So one more thing, people are demanding for the dual citizenship. Is there any possibility in future that to happen? What do you think, sir?
See, there are logistical and security issues which comes in, like taxation and other things. It is not that it is not possible for the government to take a decision, and that's the Government of India which can take a decision. The Indian diaspora abroad, at the time when the NDA government was there with our Prime Minister Vajpayee abroad, but unfortunately that was not translated. They only gave this OCI card at that time. That was the PIO card which was made OCI card. So and they said this is a step nearer to it. And I think that if the Government of India genuinely wants to stop brain drain and wants to have our talent reigned in our country, then I think that allowing dual citizenship should be the solution to keeping people here or bringing people back and keeping the option. Naturally, you see, as far as the taxation is concerned, and maybe the other security angles can be explored, where other nations are also allowing dual citizenship. You can see how the formula is there and how it works. But I see nothing wrong. It will give opportunity to our people, especially our Goans, to come back home. It will give them that opportunity to have that longing and belonging when they want to come back home. And if you shut the doors, you think of it. If tomorrow you have a fight in your house and someone puts you out of the house, you will never come back again. So therefore, if your doors are shut and it's so difficult for you to come, people will say, I prefer to go to other countries, I'll have holidays elsewhere, perhaps cheaper holidays, and then not even come back to your home. So I think having dual citizenship, I'm in favor of a dual citizenship, and I think that it will go a long way to help. Even the very Indian administrative system, the Indian economy, and the Indian business can definitely progress and can do well. And I think that the dual citizenship should be pursued and should be. Now the government can take a decision, central government.
Yes, thank you, sir.